All right, so the big question here in Ohio and around the nation, probably around the world, really, is is it time to lower these restrictions? Is it time to take off the masks? Is it time to open things up full steam? And, um, okay, here's what I think. Let me say up top that, as a general rule, I'm not a big fan of governmental mandates. I believe that people should have as much individual freedom as possible. Um, that is not to say I don't that I have any kind of problem with regulation. I believe regulation is important. I think that you know, food and drugs and things like that, they should be monitored by some sort of entity, um, and have a standard. But when it comes to personal choices that you make with your own, medical health and the way you live your life, I do think that we need to have some autonomy. We need to be able to make decisions for ourselves. Now, while I'm not a big fan of mandates, I think that wearing a mask is probably a good idea. Uh, Governor DeWine here in Ohio just had a press conference just a few minutes ago. I just got done listening to it, and we've decided as a state. I know that Texas has opened up, full steam ahead, and other states are kind of deciding what to do. Lower some of the restrictions, open it all the way up like Texas, and some people here would love for the governor just to drop all the mandates. And like I said, I don't love mandates. Here's how I feel. I feel if they drop the mandates, more freedom is good. More freedom is a good thing. However, personally, I'm going to continue wearing a mask, even if we don't have to. And I think that businesses, probably should continue to mandate that their customers wear masks. I think that companies should say that their employees should wear masks, especially in fields where you're working with vulnerable people, right? Hospitals, nursing homes, especially. I think these companies should do that. And I honestly think people should be wearing masks. Because here's how I look at masks. And I've heard, all the arguments for and against masks, all the arguments saying, some of them saying masks work really well in preventing the spread, and people saying that masks do absolutely nothing. And it really comes down to this, for me anyway. I don't know 100% if the masks work. But what I do know is that not wearing a mask doesn't work. I know that at least by wearing a mask, there is some chance that I'm doing something to protect myself and protect other people. So it makes sense to me to continue doing it. And also, my wife, she feels really comfortable wearing a mask. Honestly, it's funny because she always kind of wanted to wear a mask during, like spring and summer and fall. These seasons, spring and fall especially, when the seasons are changing and allergens are way up, right? She has pretty severe outdoor allergies. And wearing a mask helps with that. And I remember this was before COVID, she would wear her mask, and it would help a lot. She's like, man, I just wish I didn't feel so weird wearing a mask everywhere. And now it's like, it's more than socially acceptable, right? Now it's preferred that you wear a mask. So, in her eyes, the mask is a good thing. The people wearing masks, and in other countries, people wear masks all the time. Like, it's part of their culture to wear a mask if they're feeling ill, to not spread it around. And also, some people wear masks to not, catch things from other people. This is commonplace in a lot of countries, especially in Asian countries. You can see it. I've seen, my whole life, I've seen, when you see video footage of like public places in Asian countries, you'll see a lot of people wearing masks, and it's always kind of been a thing. And I think that's pretty smart. I really do. So I think us having to wear the mask for a little while I don't like the idea of being forced to do something, I like that it put it in everyone's head that this might be a good idea. So while I don't like the mandate, I do think people should wear masks. I just want to make that clear. I'm not a big fan of being told you have to, but I think people should want to. I think that people should be doing this for their own good. And like I said, because you don't know either way. So say they don't work at all, then what are you losing by, wearing the mask? Nothing. Yeah, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But if it does work, you might have made a big difference, right? And you getting sick, or someone around you getting sick, or a stranger getting sick. So I made a video a long time ago about this, about the masks. I'm like, just wear the fucking mask. I don't think we should have to be told to wear the mask. I think people should just think about it and go, you know what? Better play it safe. I'm just going to wear this damn mask, right? Makes sense to me. Makes full sense to me. Anyway, in the governor's press conference, he said, we will continue to wear masks. Some people were speculating that maybe he would say, like, oh, we're going to lower restrictions, just like Texas. Even though DeWine is a Republican, much like the Republican governor of Texas, he's a very different type of Republican, and it's a very different state than Texas. He decided we're going to continue wearing the mask. Now, we have opened up a lot. We've dropped a lot of restrictions here in Texas. There was a time, everyone remembers when gyms were closed, when, most public, like, recreational places were closed, like bowling alleys and things like that. These things have been back open for a long time now. Long time. I think back in June, you could go do recreational stuff. And I have been with my kids. We wear masks, we wash our hands, and I'm going to continue to do these things. Whether later on, and I'll get to that in a minute, whether they decide to finally lower the restrictions, lift the restrictions, or, get rid of the mask mandate, I'm going to continue doing it. I'm going to continue taking these precautions because I care to, I don't want to get sick. I don't want other people to get sick. So I'm just, being a responsible human being, responsible for myself. I think that's huge. You want to talk about liberty, be a responsible human being living in a society, So Governor DeWine said that once we get down to 50 cases per 100,000 people in the state, which is probably going to come up pretty soon, probably in the next month or so, maybe 2 months. And when that happens, he is going to lower all medical restrictions. So it's happening. For the people who are like, oh, this is, they should just lower it now. What's another month? It's nothing. And I feel like you should still wear masks. Like I said, I'm going to continue to do it just in case it works, because it might work. And if on the chance that it works, I'm going to continue doing it. We know that washing our hands work. We know that cleanliness works. We know that not coughing right in someone's face works. So I feel like the mask probably works. And even if it doesn't, I'm going to continue wearing it. And my family's going to continue wearing it. Not forever. But until all these cases come way down. Why not? Why not protect yourself and protect others? Anyway, that's all I got to say about it. Big fan of liberty. Big fan of, not having the government tell you what you have to do with your personal self. But also a big fan of the idea of taking it upon ourselves to wear masks, to do things like this, for businesses to say, you can't come in here without wearing a mask, or, for the government to tell their own employees, because there are a lot of government employees, they can tell their employees all day, don't wear a mask, that we want you to wear a mask. You have to wear a mask to come to work. Makes sense to me, and I think the rest of us should be doing it as well. I really do. I do. I don't think we should be. I don't think we should even have to be told to. I just think we should do it, just to be responsible members of society, and good human beings. Why not? So anyway, that's it. If you enjoy videos or podcasts like this, please subscribe to the channel. What I do here is every day I pick a random topic. It's usually entertainment or pop culture related, but sometimes it's stuff like this, stuff like current events or politics or whatever I feel like talking about, life stories, whatever it is. But if you're into that sort of thing, where you get something new and random in your feed every day, I try to do it every day. So if you would like that in your feed, please subscribe. or favorite or follow the podcast. And if you subscribe to the YouTube channel, please hit the notification bell, because most people don't see when I upload, and that's because they didn't click the notification bell, and I don't remind people to do it. You need to do that in order to see when I upload. You won't see my videos if you don't click the notification bell. All right, so if you do stick around, if you decide to subscribe or favorite or follow the podcast, then I will talk to you again tomorrow. Thanks.